about a Disney wedding, like Cinderella with a complete package of prince, castle, all in one. But years were passing, and I did have some relationships, but nothing had changed. Not a damn proposal, just not even the hint of it. And then I started contemplating, what's wrong? What's wrong with you guys? Are you just blind, gay, or taken? Where's my Mr. Right, my Prince Charming, my number one? Where on earth are all these guys? But God is gracious, or probably he just got tired of all these prayers of mine. So finally, someone really special came into my life. We've been dating for quite a long time already, when finally he made a proposal. But no, that's not what you think about. He proposed us to go to Paris. Yeah, baby, Paris, baby. L'amour croissant chez la femme du rêve. Can you imagine how I felt? I was, the most romantic place, a weekend, so promising to be, And what could that mean? It meant that finally he's going to propose to me. So, as a matter of fact, I was physically flying to Paris, just spreading my wings and taking off, hopefully for good. So as soon as we arrived to Paris, my boyfriend said, "Honey, clear your agenda. We are going to have a special dinner tonight." And I thought, man, are you crazy? Do you think I have better plans than putting a ring on my finger? What's wrong with you? The rest of the day, I spent planning my look and his proposal. From the American movies, I learned it really well that a ring during such a dinners usually arrived under the plate cover or in the dessert. So I decided to skip a salad and refuse from starters. Silly me. So as soon as we arrived to the restaurant and took our seats, I decided to take a glance at the menu. But my boyfriend said, "No menu, honey. I prepared something special for my girl." What a promising beginning, I thought. So as soon as the waiter arrived, my boyfriend whispered something into his ear, and I was pretty sure he was giving final instructions about my ring. But to my greatest surprise, the waiter came back with a bottle of wine and a huge, three-storied plate of seafood, and there was no cover. So, within the next half an hour, I was gobbling these oysters, shrimps, and mussels, hoping to find my treasure in every shell, in every nook and cranny. And know what? There was no ring. But my boyfriend seemed even more puzzled. "I had no idea you were starving, baby." He looked very bewildered at the empty plate of seafood. But frankly, he sounded as if he was telling me something. "You were eating that much." But I didn't care. I felt like a stuffed turkey. I felt like a pregnant elephant ready to deliver. Oh my! At that moment, a waiter came out of the blue and said very enthusiastically, "Would you like a dessert? We have something very special for you." An ultimate thought about any kind of food made me feel sick. But the waiter, he was so persuasive. He was so inviting, as if he knew some secret of mine and was ready to reveal it. So I thought, well, I can definitely handle another piece of cake. I'm not supposed to eat it. I can just put a teaspoon inside this creme brulee or whatever, discover a wing, and ta-da! I'm a happy bride. Simple. So the dessert arrived pretty fast, and frankly, my boyfriend showed no particular interest in it. And so I put a happy face on me and started stirring and winding inside it with a spoon. And again, I found nothing. So I was ready to burst into tears. But at that very moment of truth, my boyfriend said these 3 magic words you would love to hear from your loved man.
Finish it, babe!
And added,
Let's go back to the hotel. I have a surprise waiting for you there.
well, to make a long story short, we paid our bill and went to our hotel. When we entered our room, my boyfriend became very mysterious and suggested us to play this hot and cold kind of game, So I played as if I was very happy with the idea, and I started moving around the room searching. And my boyfriend kept on telling something like,
Cold and cold and colder.
and I began losing my patience when finally he said, warm and warmer and hot and don't get burned. Wow! Whew, wow! Finally, the ring was on the mattress. That wasn't romantic actually, but it was Paris, and at least it was something. So I put this happy expression on my face and lifted up the mattress to find this cherished little velvet box of mine. But to my greatest surprise, I found a pretty big box instead. And these cases when girls prefer something bigger than smaller, but that was not that case actually. So my brain started hectically figuring out some proper reason. So probably this little box is inside another box, and this other box is inside the other box, and this box, and so on and so forth, like matryoshka, thought I. And my boyfriend said, very enthusiastically,
Open it up, babe.
and I opened it. And can you imagine, there was a damn anti-cellulite massaging device and a huge can of anti-cellulite cream. That was unfair. He took me to that restaurant. He gave me a treat with all this seafood. He involved me into this silly game of hot and cold. He did not propose to me. And finally, he gave me this anti-cellulite thing, and I haven't ever need this one. So, meaning what? Giving the hint of what? So, the next morning, packing my bags all alone, I made a very important conclusion. That even if you eat oysters and drink expensive champagne in the heart of Paris, it doesn't mean that life would measure up to your appetite.